Hello, my name is Agata Pardus and today I would like to present you the Scott McCutcheon, the breeder of surprise Lewis checks, which will be ridden by Rafał Dolata at European Futurity in Cremona. Scott won Primetime Open Futurity class last year. He's also the winner of Futurity and Derbies in USA. Hello Scott, would you like to tell me a few words about surprise Lewis checks and his father?
He was a real cute little horse, started real easy, and that's kind of typical of the Invisibles. They're real easy horses to get along with, and they're really pretty horses to look at. Good movers, big stoppers, everything seems to be pretty easy for him, and that's the way Invisible was. He was very trainable, easy horse to show, and a lot of fun to show.
What are lifetime earnings of Invisible?
I think he won about $53,000. I mean, he was a very good horse, very competitive horse, and his mother was a daughter of Dunnett. It was really a nice mare. So surprising with checks should turn out to be a very nice horse.
Do you have different programs for Futurity and Derby horses?
Yeah, there is a difference between training Futurity horses and Derby horses. The Futurity horses require a lot more repetitions than the Derby horses. Once they turn into Derby horses, they're pretty broke, and you don't have to do quite as many repetitions. The horses, you can keep them a little sounder physically and mentally. But as 3-year-olds, they require just a lot of repetition until they get really good at what they do. And then once they turn to be Derby horses, they don't need to be schooled as much as they do as 3-year-olds.
Do you know if Rafał is following your program for young horses or is he working on his own?
And as far as Rafi, doing what I like to do, I think Rafi probably rides as close to me as anybody that I've ever had work for me.
What do you think about skills of checks?
He came over and just in a couple weeks was able to show one of my horses as good or maybe better than I could show him. Rafi's doing a very good job. He cares about his horses. He's a good businessman, and he always has a nice look about him. I mean, he's clean, he's neat, he's professional. He's just good to have around.
Okay, so next question. How could you describe Rafał as a rider? What are his strengths as a rider and a man?
As a rider, he's an extremely good rider. He has soft hands. He's good with his horses. Just a real good showman. Has a very good presence on top of a horse. I know that Rafi showed that horse several times and has done very well with them. I thought he showed the horse well. I thought the horse looked really nice. And as he spends more time with the horse is only going to get better and better. The Invisibles seem to just get bigger and stronger as they get older and get better.
During Futurity 2016, his first run was excellent. Everybody expected he will enter finals. How could you judge his progress from first show you have seen till now?
2016 Futurity, Rafi, was very, very good in the first round. And in the second round, he was extremely sick with a very, very bad cold. And our sport, unlike any other sport, if it would have been pro volleyball or pro basketball or pro football or soccer, he would have been a scratch that day. He wouldn't have been able to compete, and the rest of the team would have gone on without him. In the rain, and that doesn't happen. When his draw comes up, he had to go, and I felt so bad for Rafi because things were right for him to do well, and it's just one of those unfortunate things that happens. No control there's nothing we could have done different. We'll just have to find him a better horse for next year, and we'll do it again. I really enjoy finding horses for him, and he does an excellent job showing my horses. So we'll do it again. It'll be fun.
We're here with Rafał Dolata, who marked a 2:16 in the first go-round of the Open Futurity. Rafi, great run, man. You got a gunner out of Shining and Sassy. I mean, what'd you think of the run? It looked pretty cool.
I think it was good. I think it was really good, and Scott just gave me a nice horse, and I tried to stay on the saddle, and that's it.
Yeah.
Last year, you have won primetime class at Futurity. How is to win primetime class after winning plenty of titles, Futurities in your show career?
I've done very well in Futurity in all divisions. I won the intermediate Futurity in 2002. I was second in the Open Futurity in '93, and was second in the Limited Futurity, and now I've won the Primetime Futurity. And winning any division of the Futurity is it's just, there's only one winner every year in those divisions, and I just happened to come out on top last year. And it's the prime time gets a little bit tougher every year. I mean, the primetime riders, there's a bunch of $1 million riders in there, and some Hall of Fame riders in there, and so it's a win's a win. It doesn't compare with some of the winning the gold medal or some of those things, but it's very, very satisfying to know that you can still compete with the old guys.
Do you still feel rush when you enter Champions Gate at Futurity?
Do I still feel a rush when I go through the gates at Oklahoma City? It depends on the horse I'm riding. If I've got a horse I know that can be competitive, you get real excited to go through those gates. And I've had good and bad. I've had horses that I knew weren't strong enough, and so it's you kind of just want to go through the motions and get it done. But I've had horses that I knew could win, and you just get pumped up to go down through that gate and do the best you can do and see where you end up. So I would say that it depends on the horse. If you've got a good horse, you get a really good feeling to go through that gate.
What will you advise to Rafał according to his start at Futurity?
Talking about Rafi, I can't really explain how much better he's gotten since when I first saw him. I mean, he's very, very trainable, easy to educate. He's got a burning desire to be a champion, and those kind of kids are easy to help. He has improved tremendously from the first time that I saw him. The thing that's going to separate him now from other competitors is the horsepower. We've got to keep Rafi mounted on good horses. whether I get him for him or his customers get him for him, it's very, very important that Rafi stays on better horses now, because Rafi has finally proven that he's as good as anybody in the business. When he can come over here and get on somebody else's horse and go mark a 216 in the futurity, he's ready to step up to some of the best horses in the sport.
Okay, so let's look for a moment at Rafał's start at Futurity last year. Rafał left already Poland to Cremona. His first start is on Monday. Thank you, Scott. Fingers crossed for Rafał. Thank you for your attention. This is Jagoda Pardus from Poland. Easy Ranch.